these are the error codes on a Fiat 500 when the chain is too long. So just to show you what to take off in order to access the chain. You need to remove these plastic that you can see in front here. That is the cover for the water pump that sits here. It has an attachment here in the back and up here, which is a doubler, which is a cover for the drive belt for the alternator. So just drain it from there. You can see there's a drain. Beware of this one, it's a left-hand thread. You cannot take that one out just by locking it in that small thing. You need to lock the flywheel, of course. So remove the bracket and take that one out. The bracket for the belt. And you'll be able to see all these 5mm Allens, which is basically the one that holds the cover, the metal cover. And there's a few verticals ones that is only accessed from the top. I'm going to show you that later in the video. So basically just take off the engine suspension, which is the four 16mm screws that you can see right here. And you remove the tensioner and the small pulley that's up here. You can see there's a small pulley wheel, yeah. Then you need to remove the oil pan, which is under here. It has 3 on each side of the oil pan, and it has 3 from the gearbox side. And you also need to take down the exhaust manifold. Not the manifold, but the catalysator. That's pretty easy, by the way. And then you can see some screws here on the back, which is also for the oil pan. It's a 15mm socket. And then you can see there you can see there on the back side, you also need to take out the suspension bracket for the engine suspension. To make it a bit easier, you can choose to take down this turbocharger hose. It's attached to the turbocharger with 5mm Allens. You can see one of them there. Because then you can actually access this oil drain from the turbocharger, which I'm putting the light on. This hose only has 3 attachment points. One, you can see there, that's the red one with a rubber bracket around it. So once that is down, everything is a little bit easier to access. There you can see the screw. It's a 13mm screw that holds the exhaust catalyst. Once that is taken out, you have the clamp for the for the exhaust, and then you can separate the exhaust from the catalyst just in front of the flex pipe. So, and the exhaust, you can just take it aside and hang it in some kind of a wire or something. So this is it for the side. Here you can see the locking pin that is blocking the flywheel, which is really good to have, so you can remove that really tightened left-hand thread bolt. So now I think we're going to see what you're going to have taken off when we go to the top of the engine. Yep. So here we have the top. And it's a good idea to take off these following parts
of what you need to remove in order to work on the chain.
Overview.
I chose to take out these.
I choose to take out these
it didn't really help.
That you
I
can
would
see
say
here. There's 3 on
I
each
thought
side.
I would be able to have this.
It didn't really help.
Loosened,
I would say I thought I would be able to loosen the cover enough.
The chain won't pass between
have
the
it
cover
movable, because the chain won't
and
pass
the camshaft
between the valve collar and the camshaft.
So in order to do that, I had a little workaround, but I don't know if it helped. In order to do that, I removed these.
I had to work a little
you
with.
Can see, and
I will show you later how to get it out.
There's probably some here in the back as well that I did remove. Yes, there and there. And then there's a tiny one.
Maybe it made the valve cover a little bit more
actually get to
movable.
See it,
but actually there's one here at the corner which is really important, because that is going directly down to your chain cover.
See it down there.
So if your chain cover won't go off, it's because of this one. Because that one's going straight to the chain cover.
So beware of that one. It's actually just underneath this stupid plastic plastic that's supporting
that plastic
the manifold.
They could have done that,
but that one
a different way. But that's just to the manifold. But you can access this,
because then you will just break apart
a little
your chain cover.
joint on it. So
aside from that, I have taken off this oil supply line.
Then
just to give a little bit more space.
You have to remove this
in order to install the locking.
In order to install
most of these
the locking
housings
plate, which is here,
because
actually
this one
to remove the one here
got
at the
stuck,
right,
so I needed to get
the under pressure pump
plier on it.
So once that is removed, your locking tool
just
will fit.
Work with that.
To lock the
here you have the clamp that you need to take off. So
you have
take
clamp
down
for the exhaust. So once that is taken off, there's a small gasket
with this
bolt
that. And the one in the gearbox and the one on the side here.
That is covered by a heating shield, but easy to take off.
This one is out, it's quite easy.
But that one and the 13 millimeter. Here you have the flywheel, of course.
The chain
the flywheel.
Won't pass
the valve, the belt wheel. Yeah,
what you can do,
but the chain won't pass here.
Really
that's the problem. What you can do is you can put this small tool here. And gently, I'm just telling you, really gently, because this is not.
You can just slightly.
This is not according to the book.
Of course,
very little pressure, and then the chain will just slide out.
The top cover, all the screws is out.
It will save you a lot of
little bit flexible.
work.
Then you can just
that valve cover is
move
really
the cover a little bit. Then the chain will pass through here, and you can get it out. Without taking off the top. It can pass through
here on the right side, and the chain will slide right down.
So now I'm going to install the chain.
Goes when you're going to install the chain, of course.
Change the
the
glides.
Of course, you will chain all the. You will change the glides and the
tensioner, the chain
oil pressure.
That's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah.
So that's complete
in a set. That's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna show you here. This is when everything is fitted, and
all put back together.
The engine is still locked on its timing marks.
So now it's just putting back the covers.
Nice new parts here. You can see that the chain
the tension will align
is
on both sides.
Shorter. Remember, this down here is floating, so the tension from both left and right side is being aligned in that.
According to
in that wheel down there. So just to put everything back as it was, and put some water and oil on the engine and start it up, and the code will be gone.